Hey guys, welcome to another episode or part to my little series, What Dating Has Taught Me, everything that I've learned from dating so far. I think this is part 5, episode 5, I want to say. So let's just do it. I'm just going to talk about some experiences and what I've been through, what I've been made aware of through dating different people. So yeah, we're going to go back to my previous relationship, my last one, where I relied on him too much and I lost myself in the process. And if you looked at our relationship, it was much like a parent-child type where I wasn't mature enough, I wasn't experienced in life enough for our age gap to have worked. And I needed to grow up. I really needed to just experience life myself. So that's a part of why we ended things and I came to be in my own apartment. And it feels really good because now I can say I've matured, I'm not as naive, I've experienced more, I've lived more, I've grown up more, and sometimes you have to do that. Sometimes you have to take inventory and really reevaluate things and just be sure of how childish or mature you are, and hopefully you're on the mature end, and you need to be prepared to be with that partner, and you can't expect them to wait for you to catch up. So it's a sad truth. It's just we didn't work out, and it's just that. That's that, you know? I believe he loved me, but he was just done. And you can still love the person, but you can be done and you can break up and need a break from the person. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just you have a different path to go down and it doesn't align with theirs anymore, or the other way around. So there's that. I wanted to talk a little bit about abuse, and I was abused in the form of rape and assault by my first ex, and I thought it was normal. It was my first boyfriend, my first everything. He was my first kiss, first person who I was intimate with. I gave my virginity to him. I hate that phrase, gave my virginity. It sounds really stupid, and you kind of try it. But anyway, I thought it was normal, and I couldn't compare it to anything because I thought, well, this is how the guy treats the girl. The girl has to deal with it. She has to put up with the crap, the shit, and just deal with it. And that's by no means normal. That's not normal. Abuse is never normal. It's toxic, it's unfair, it's terrible, and you need to get out if you can. And it breaks my heart that I let myself stay in that on and off for like 2 years straight. And it was very hard. I'm glad to be away from that person and out of that bad headspace, just allowing myself to be consistently hurt. Um, let's see, what else do we have here? I never really dated. And I remember my sister asked me, or she told my mom, how did it go? How was it set? My sister Ashley was like, oh, I wish Em would just get out more. This was when I was doing school. And I would stay at home, do homework, do my own thing. I was really introverted and independent, can't talk. And I didn't really go on dates because I was with somebody, and it was very confusing and complicated. I didn't date other people. I didn't spend time with friends that often. And so I never really got to experience like the dating life, the dating culture. And right now I am. And I've been dating since I moved out, since like November. So it's been like half a year of this. And it feels really good. I'm getting out of my comfort zone. I'm being brave and feeling more comfortable and confident. And it feels really, really good. And I'm dating to see what I do and do not want, what I do and do not want in a partner or for myself. And this is something. He didn't fight for me and he ran away. That was another ex. Going back to that. Yeah, he didn't. He didn't fight for me. He saw that it was hard and that I was work, and so he ran away. And you don't want to be with somebody who runs away. If they run away, let them run away. And there's that thing, let them. That's a phrase that I've heard, and it's like a poem or a quote or something. It's huge. It's really cool. And I read it the other day, and it was amazing. It was so well said. And you just let the people go. If they want to go, let them go. You just let them. And friend zone is wild. He put me there. This is somebody else. This is a friend of mine. And so we've had miscommunication, mixed signs, mixed vibes, and we didn't know that we were interested in the other. We both thought that we weren't, when the opposite was true. By the way, I have a new mascara. I hope it looks okay and it's not like smearing everywhere. I kind of like it. It's like spider legs on my eyes. But anyway, where was I? Yeah, the friend zone is so funny, and it's hard to get out of that once you're put in there. Don't sleep with someone who you love who you can't have. That's a tricky one. I have feelings for somebody, and we're friends with benefits right now, and we're intimate, and we're kind of like this. Like, it's been all over the place. It's been so confusing and complicated because we got together only to break up because he wanted to be single, and then he announces his feelings again for me, and it's kind of confusing. Still trying to sort that one out, so right now we're just friends, but we'll figure it out. We're friends in love, I guess, but we'll figure it out. Oh, this is something, a little side note. So chili, I love chili with Fritos and cheese. I love that dish. It's really easy to make. It's a very lazy meal. And um, so I stopped having chili for a long time because he didn't like it. And I let myself change something that I like, change my mind about it because of somebody else. And you shouldn't do that unless it's like mandatory or huge or important. Like, a can of chili is not that big of a deal. But if it's something that's major and huge, you're going to want to change it. Like if it harms your partner or your friend. But it's chili. I can still have chili, you know. So I thought that was pretty dumb. But I thought it good to bring up because, sorry, my sinuses. I don't know. It's just important. Don't change yourself for other people, you know. So he calls me Putz as a joke. I have a friend, same friend, who calls me Putz as a joke. P-U-T-Z. And it's basically like a derogatory term, like to kind of demean you as a joke. Putz. That's how he will use it anyway. But it kind of put me down and out. And I told him that, and he stopped doing that. So be open and upfront with your friends with benefits, your boyfriend, your partner, whoever. Just be honest. If they do or say something that you just aren't okay with, they call you something, make it known to them that it makes you uncomfortable or brings you down. And he's just a sarcastic type of personality, and I'm not used to that. I'm very sincere, and I'm having my heart on my sleeve. Like, I'm very real and raw. I don't use the sarcasm like other people do in their everyday. I'm more open and honest and upfront about my humor. Like, if I'm being funny, you know, because it's very obvious. It's not like sarcasm where it's seen as like a jab, kind of. So yeah, my heart was out of sorts with us because it's the up and down, the back and forth. It's very confusing. So again, I'll figure that out. Let's see. They all call me cutie. It's so funny. Like every guy that I've been talking to on Tinder and Hinge, they call me cutie. And it's like a universal word. And I don't know if that's common for girls to be called that or something, or if it's just from my pictures or the vibe that I give off. But they're always calling me cutie, and I think it's so funny. I don't know, it's just funny. Somebody, this was just yesterday or the day before, I forget which. Somebody, the wife of someone I was talking to on Tinder, she reaches out to me and she's like, hey, I'm going to introduce myself to you and I want to let you know this is my husband and you're talking to him and he's not a good person. And then she told me in another text that he hit her and that he brought somebody home to sleep with in their home while their kids were there, their young kids were there. And so I'm like, red flags going off. And I applaud her for being brave to tell me this, to reach out to help me. That could have been a catastrophe, a disaster. And it's interesting, it's the name of an ex, so it's probably a sign that I'm not supposed to marry somebody with that name. But I hope that she gets out of there because that is very abusive and toxic and very unfair and cruel. And yeah, so I'm not talking to him anymore, and I matched him like very immediately, and yeah, that's just crazy. Here's something else. Good to realize that they're toxic, but it's hard to let them go. That's with regards to my first ex. It was very hard to let him go. And I've healed from that, I think. I think I've done a pretty good job. But I think because they're toxic and they're so confusing in the sense that they're toxic, it's harder to let them go. And you just can't move on easily. It's hard to. The toxic is very confusing because you love the person and you think or you know that they love you, but they're toxic attitude and demands, like, they're so cruel and confusing, and you can't distinguish which is stronger, their toxic traits or their love for you. You don't know. So it's just hard. But as of now, I'm serious and intentional. No playing or games, no friends with benefits, no hookups. So I do have that one friend, but you know, I'm still trying to sort that one out. But right now, as of now, and I have a date tonight, I'm dating very intentionally, and I don't want to just sleep around. And I'm at the point where I want to not, quote, settle down, but I'm nearing that stage. Like, I'm going to be 27 in November this year. I'm 26 and a half right now. And I just really want a partner. I don't want a friend. I want a partner. A friend to call a partner, you know, a partner to call a friend. So I'll see what happens, and yeah, that's all I got. So on that note, goodbye.